Hey guys, so welcome again to my channel, and again, thank you for the support nung first video ko, and I really appreciate all the likes, all the shares, and all the comments, the positive and the negative comments that you've shared to me dahil it really helped me in making the video better. And yeah, so maraming nag-request to do a second video because there are a lot of questions about the scholarship that you want to clarify, that you want to, kumbaga, know more about the scholarship as well. And yeah, let's go on with the FAQs of part 2 of PhilFrance Scholarship Application Guide. Now, let's look into the questions na tinanong sa akin. Kailangan mo bang marunong mag-French to apply? So, the answer is no. Hindi mo kailangan, hindi ka kailangan marunong mag-French kung gusto mo mag-apply for a PhilFrance Scholarship. You don't need any knowledge of French, but it will be an advantage. It's more of like, how do I put this? It's more of like recommended but not required. Okay, so like what I've said a while ago in my first video, there are programs that can be taught in English, like my program, and also programs that can be taught in French if you know how to speak in French. So it doesn't really matter. Slimmer ba ang chance if you don't know how to speak French? No, not really, because there are a lot of PhilFrance scholars way back who doesn't really speak French but got accepted. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter that much. Okay, yeah. Pwede ba kahit sino mag-apply? So someone also asked me, can I apply if I'm here in abroad but I'm a Filipino? No, unfortunately no. You need to be residing in the Philippines during the application process. Okay? Qualifications. Well, being a PhilFrance scholar is, I guess, very diverse. So I guess you can say good academic records, leadership experiences when way back in your undergrad or way back in of course in your professional side. And yeah, I think more of like those. Cultural exchange. So after your masters, need ka ba bumalik ng Pinas? There, for the PhilFrance Scholarship, there is no return service agreement. However, of course, it would be nice if you will go back, because well, siguro for me, I'm doing this to like become a greater asset for the Philippines. To again, this is what I wrote in my essay. Like after taking my masters, I will be back in the Philippines to serve and to really, I guess, utilize the knowledge and experience that I acquired here in France. Yeah. Ano ang class schedule mo? Everyday ba? Well, it really depends on this. Depends on the school, depends on the program, depends on the courses that you will be taking. Because in here, I'm not sure if it's the same with the different universities, but here in Lakato, you have a core course, which is like you don't have a choice. You should take it during the said semester, an optional course, and like a career development course. So you can choose for your optional and career development course, but you cannot choose whether you want it or not. You have to take the core courses, and like they have a stick, or they have a definite schedule for all those, like for the core courses. But for the optional courses, you can choose whether you wanna, if there are courses on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or I don't know, it depends on you. We don't usually have a Saturday class. That's what I was told of. How do you sustain your daily living needs? Well, like what I've said during my first video, meron kayong matatanggap, or as a scholar, you will be receiving what do you call that? Allowance. Okay, a living allowance. Also a settling allowance, a one-time settling allowance for you. Of course, it's very hard to live in a foreign country without money.
Okay.
So that is also the reason why I guess you have to submit a bank account, because you know you have your own money to spend, to buy for some important materials or some important stuff here in France when you get here. And if walang masyadong resources, how can you sustain your daily living, or enough ba yung monthly allowance na binigay? So, to be honest, well, it really depends on the city, because for me here in Lille, it's not really that expensive. So, I guess ito rin yung diskarte na ginawa ko. What I did was I've chosen a city which is not that expensive. I mean, the cost of living is not that high. That's why I chose Lille. And you have to be honest, it's enough. It's more than enough. Okay, alright. Next question. Pwede bang mag-part-time? Hanggang ilang oras ang allowed? Okay, for the part-time jobs, I haven't really did part-time jobs since I just got here, you know. So, but I was told that you are allowed to work part-time, of course, if you have a lot of free times after school. But there is a maximum time allowed for you to work. I guess it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's 20 hours a week. If I'm not mistaken, okay. I think it's 20 hours a week. Okay. All right. So next question, how do I submit my application? So just look into the official website of PhilFrance Scholarship. It's philfrance-scholarships.com, and there is a what do you call it? There's a form there you can submit your application. But since the application process has ended for this year, it should open around March, I guess, March next year. So you should always frequently check announcements from the Embassy of France in the Philippines and Campus France Manila. Are holders of dual citizenships eligible to apply? Yeah, as long as you're Filipino residing. You're half Filipino, you're residing in the Philippines, and of course not French. Okay, not Philippine French. Okay. Is there an age limit? No, there is no age limit in applying for the scholarship, but of course you have to check the university that you will be applying to, because there are universities that may require age limits or age restrictions, or depending on the program that you're into. And also, of course, it's mandatory for you to have already applied in a university before applying to the scholarship. So yeah, that's it. The program I am interested has a study abroad period. Will it be covered by the scholarship? No. Okay. If it's just like a conference, like a really short-term conference, yes, it doesn't really change a lot. I mean, it doesn't matter. But if it's like a semester or like a year abroad, PhilFrance won't cover the expenses that you'll be having during those times. I previously applied for PhilFrance but was not selected. Can I apply again? Of course, like what I've said in my first video, keep trying. Just keep on trying, because you will never know if it's really the right time for you to study in France. Because like me, I always say to myself that I'm not really qualified, I'm not that good. in my perspective. But look at me now, here I am in France studying my master's program. And you will never know, just keep on trying and follow the advice that I gave in my first video. What should I write about my essay? I think I gave some advice already during my first video, but it should be very convincing. Like, show to them what you want, show to them your goals, your short-term, long-term goals, and what's in it for them, what's in it for you, what's in it for the Philippines. It's very important for you to emphasize your professional career as well, your professional academic background, which are not included in the resume, okay? Because the essay is technically not just a copy or like a paragraph, a copy of your resume in paragraph form. Yeah, so it's more of like explaining how the master's program will benefit you professionally, personally, and how would you share your expertise in France based on your experiences here in the Philippines. Can I submit an application to this scholarship before applying to a graduate program? No, because like what I've said, it's mandatory for you to apply first in a graduate program or in a master's program before applying to the scholarship. And I would suggest you should definitely apply beforehand and way earlier in the university that you're applying to. Because like in my case, it's very nerve-wracking because I applied a little late. I applied to the university before I applied to the scholarship. However, it was kind of late. That's why I got my acceptance letter in the PhilFrance Scholarship first, and then I waited for quite some time before I got my acceptance in Lakato. So believe me, you wouldn't want the anxiety and the feeling of like you're really nervous about the results. So yeah, one important piece of advice: apply beforehand, like way earlier. Okay, if this is the first batch of applications, like the first screening for that university, apply for that. Don't wait until March. Am I eligible to receive other financial supports other than the FilFrance Scholarship? Yes, if it's a private scholarship. Like in my case, I also have some scholarships. It's like an excellent scholarship from Lakato, and on the top of the PhilFrance Scholarship. However, you cannot have two government scholarships at the same time. So there are other French government scholarships like the Eiffel Excellence Scholarship and many other. You cannot have both. So if you have PhilFrance Scholarship, you cannot apply for any French government scholarship anymore. But again, you can apply for a private institution or university scholarships. How will I find out if I got selected? Of course, you will get an email. Alright, so those are all the questions I received via the comment section and the private messages. I hope you guys further understand the scholarship because of these FAQs. And if you have any problems or like questions regarding the scholarship, just put it in the comment section, or I can probably send you an email afterwards. I don't know. Alright, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this post. See you next time.